What's going on, all you beautiful people out there? Welcome back to another Pokemon ASMR Power Rankings. It's lit. Volume warning. Okay, I'm back. I'm not actually going to do this whole thing ASMR. That would be super annoying. I was going to do it ASMR. I was going to do it in week 9. Hence the 69 joke, because I crossed out 6 and then I was going to have 9, but then I pushed it back another week because I was sick, and I was like, I'll do it sick and I'll just do ASMR, and then I was busy while I was sick, and I was like, I'll just push it back to week 10 because the stats aren't up yet too, so like, now everything's sorted out. Welcome back to the not ASMR Pokemon week 10 power rankings. Hopefully it's going to be more condensed this time. I have a lot less text, and I condensed it down into 5 tiers. And the tiers make a lot more sense now. There's actually more reasoning behind them. It's not like college where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Anyway, next we will just start the rankings. We're going to start out with the most offensive tier. I'm sorry to everybody in it. This is called the GG tier. Good games, thanks for playing, but there's no hope of playoffs for any of these teams, I don't think. I think like even if they win out, which I don't think any of them will, I still don't think they would make it. So Zeal Zoroarks, give them a round of applause. Rogue Greninjas, Motor City Mamoswines, the Yanmegas, and the Monfernos. It was fun playing with you guys. It was a pleasure, and I really hope you guys like honestly try super hard throughout the rest of the season. And really just play it through, because the best thing about Pokemon, let me tell you, the best thing about Pokemon, here's the big secret, is that it's a fun game. It's a really good game. We joined the leagues to have fun, so even though there's like 4 matches left or so, I don't know, like 14 weeks or something, even though there's just a couple matches left, like, try your hardest, because it's a freaking fun game, and even if I was 0 and 13, I would be giving it my all on the last week and just playing nuts. So, GG tier. Most offensive tiers too. Sorry for the Sunflora, guys. It's grandfathered in there. I can't take the Sunflora and Love Disc out of the tier. Next tier, it ain't looking good, Chief. It's not that these teams aren't looking good, but it's their playoff opportunities are not looking good, Chief. We got Texas Toros, and I actually think they have 0 chance because of games that just happened that were posted right before this, because I beat them this week. And Bristol Snovers, I can't remember if they won or lost. So him and Rogue Greninjas, maybe if they win out and a couple things go their way, they can make it, but I don't think any of these teams have really a chance of making playoffs either. But you know, I feel like with Bristol Snovers, you never know. Squid might come out of nowhere and just like 6-0 4 people in a row, and like crazy stuff happens, and he makes his playoffs. By the way, there's 7 people making playoffs, and then the rest of the tiers have 9 people in it. So next tier we're going with chances of playoffs and up. So these are all the people that I think have an opportunity to make the playoffs, and they there's going to be 2 of them that are eliminated. So I think specifically in this tier, there's 4 people in this tier. I think there's going to be 2 of them eliminated. So first off is Houston Heracross. I want to give a little more commentary on these teams, because these are the teams that you really need to watch out for, and if you want them to make playoffs, you gotta go root for their matches. So Houston Heracross has had some really questionable losses throughout the season and really needs to tighten up the screws. I think in this tier, out of the 4, he's the most likely to make playoffs though, because he is a good player, and as long as he doesn't screw some stuff up, to use the same wording as the first bullet point, I think he definitely will end up making playoffs. He's also 6-4. There's 2 6-4 teams, 2 5-5 teams. I think Houston Heracross has the best chance in this tier of making playoffs. The next one, Jersey Dusknoirs. It's a bulky offense team. I think, again, every week, I think biggest improvement needs to come from his mental preparedness, but I think he's definitely a good player, and I believe he just won for week 11 as well. So I personally think out of the 4 teams in this tier, these 2 are going to be the ones that make it. Even though there's another 6-4 team, my money is on them losing. So the next 2 teams, Belper Beedrills, also 5-5. The Broken Rain team with the Kyogre and the Zygarde 50%, because apparently Zygarde 50% wasn't considered an Uber, so somebody let this guy get both of them. He was listed right next to the Ubers column, so I was just like, oh, Zygarde, he's an Uber, but he wasn't. So this guy just got like a stupid team, Mega Metagross and stuff. Only somehow managed to go 5-5. I think maybe some of the matches he might have not been able to prep quite as well, or like the match against me, I think he brought the wrong team or something. But I think he's not going to make it. I don't think he's going to make the cut solely because I think Jersey Dusknoir and Houston Heracross are going to make it. So I don't think it's looking good for the Belper Beedrills, but definitely sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. Definitely an opportunity for the Belper Beedrills to make playoffs. And Venomville Vileplumes. So what's the guy from Jeopardy's name? Alex, is it Alex Trebek or something? It's Alex something. So teams that won't win, or teams that won't make playoffs for 500. Is that a good joke, guys? Okay. Wax Stall. I don't like Stall in a draft format. And he's also got like Metacham with it and stuff. So it's just like a weird team. And there is a new manager. And I don't know the quality of the new manager. He definitely like could come in here and be sick and then just like make it. But judging by the fact that he inherited a team that he didn't draft, I don't really know his skill level. I didn't really think the team was a playoff worthy team in the first place. Like, I've always ranked it low in the power rankings based on the team composition. I don't think he's going to make it. So my predictions for playoffs are Houston Heracross, Jersey Dusknoirs, and then all the teams in the higher tiers. So next we have safe picks for playoffs. I don't think any of these teams are going to get knocked down. I think it might be possible if they start losing a lot, but I do think that they all have pretty consistent results, and I think they're pretty safe picks for playoffs, especially with not many games left over. So first off, we have Sin City Giratinas, basically clinched. I think 8-2. You know, can't go wrong with that. Bulky Veil offense. First thing he needs to do is stop wasting Mega Mawile. When I watch his matches and I see him do things with Mega Mawile, sometimes I'm like, why'd you do that? Please don't do that with your Mawile. But the other thing he needs to do is just keep winning. So if you keep winning, like, doesn't matter how you play your Mawile. If you play the other 5 Mons sick, then you're going to keep winning. So keep winning and you're going to make playoffs and you're going to do well. Terrible Totodiles. I think I originally had them ranked like kind of lower in the power rankings like the previous couple of weeks, but let me tell you, man, TT has been kicking it up a notch, so much so that I needed to do capital up, capital notch. This guy was like, bam, super creative team building, just like playing super crazy things that I probably wouldn't try, because like I can be a very creative team builder, but like every time I think of something super creative, I'm like, there's probably a better way to do this. And I usually make a lot of safe things and then like maybe 1 or 2 draws. This guy is nuts. He'll just be like, I'm gonna make a Lugia with no attacks on it. It's just gonna be like Whirlwind Toxic, like, I don't know, this guy's crazy. So really, I really enjoy watching his games, because I think he ran like Curse Umbreon earlier in the season too. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, this guy's nuts. So I really want to see Terrible Totodiles do well, because I love watching his matches. Probably one of the most fun matches, one of the most fun teams to watch play matches in this league. However you want to say that. He's got really good games. Definitely watch Totodiles games. Death Valley Heatrans. They were undefeated, and they are on a 3-game lose streak. A 3-game lose streak? Sorry for that voice crack. They lost to me, Then they lost to Sin City Greninjas, who are 8-2. So like two of the super high teams. And they also lost to third person. I don't want to say who it is because I don't quite remember. Can't quite remember, so don't quote me wrong. But I think his team's a little passive. He usually beats the opponent by out-fatting them or winning, like cheesing with Sylveon or Cloyster. So, I mean, I think he's a safe pick for playoffs. I think he'll still make it despite his losing streak. But I think he needs to really like tighten it up and think about really prepping well and really playing well for playoffs if he wants to have a good shot at the title. And then finally, you know what it is. It is the overtime tier. You know we got the clefs here. We got like 3 clefs because every time, even if you got like 1 clef, that clef feels like you got like a team of 6 clefs because it doesn't die. It sets up the rocks. It sets up the calm minds. It's doing like 5 different functions on your team, and it's just an absolute beast. So overtime tier, me, I've got 10-0, got a differential of like more than 4 per game, so I couldn't justify putting myself lower. But obviously I have a huge target on my back, and everybody's gonna try to come beat me now. I have a bit of an ice weakness, especially with the trade I just made. That Celesteela, I picked up a Celesteela just to try it out because I was like, Celesteela is a dope draft mon, but like I just didn't level with my team, so I got rid of Celesteela and I have Zapdos now. So I have a little bit of an ice weakness, especially because like my only 2, I got rid of Finny. Finny was like one of the things that really prevented my ice weakness, along with the Rotom Wash and the Scizor. Now I only have the Rotom Wash and Scizor. So if people run like Freeze Dry and HP Fire, that could be a good set against me. So hopefully people who are playing me don't watch this video and run that, especially if I like have my Zapdos out. So I'm gonna have to start running Yachi Berries. But despite me having a target on my back and a weakness to ice, I will not bet against myself. I'm gonna win every single freaking game, and I'm gonna win the playoffs. You hear me, freaking Brooklyn Diggersby? You're not taking another playoff title from me. And then second place, Brooklyn Diggersby hasn't lost since he was cheesed by one of the teams that has been eliminated by Shell Smash Barbaracle. So he's looking clinched. I don't think he could lose his playoff, his entrance to playoffs, even if he tried, even if he like lost every match as well. So there you have it. There are the week 10 power rankings. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I think the biggest point of disagreement will be in this tier up here. These 4 teams. Let me know in the comments if you guys are following the league and you know anything about these teams, who you think might make it. But you probably won't see me until playoff times, where I will make my playoff bracket and decide who I think is going to win it all. So I hope you all have a freaking wonderful day. I'll catch you next time.